From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Thieves have targeted a Korean restaurant in Hobart's CBD, walking away with hundreds of dollars in cash and 2 iPads. The brazen robbery caught on CCTV, with the owner now pleading for the help of the community.
Under the cover of darkness, 2 young men bypassed the door, climbing through a window instead.
They come straight to the cash register, so I think they used to be our customer.
Hands in pockets, the casual crims helped themselves into the tasty Korean chicken restaurant in the early hours of yesterday morning. The owner, asking to remain anonymous fearing for his safety, believes it isn't their first time.
They wear gloves, they cover the mask with the hoodie on. So they kind of, it's not their first time, obviously. Professional, you know.
Their only concern, a passing car. Walking away with $600 and 2 iPads. But it's not the cash or the possessions that matter.
So we just want, to touch them, not really want to take the money back because I just want the community safe,
Now appealing to the community for help as police investigations continue.
So if they recognise them, just let us know or report to the police.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
Stakeholders have continued to question whether the state government's fudging the numbers with its social housing build program. The Premier says the commitment to deliver 10,000 homes is clear, but the definition is wider than first thought.
It's the question that's dominated discussion for 2 days. What exactly is a home?
Crisis accommodation is only available for people up to 3 months. And we know that vacant land doesn't even have homes on it, so how could it possibly be included within the definition of a home?
The government's revealed it's counting vacant land, crisis accommodation and more in its target to deliver 10,000 social and affordable homes, a goal they've admitted is lofty since making it.
We remain committed to that target and we have delivered, absolutely delivered. Almost 3,500 new social and affordable homes over the last 4 years.
We are unlikely, in fact we will definitely not reach those housing targets. What the government needs to do is rethink the way it's doing housing in Tasmania.
Labor claims the commitment's been watered down because of budget constraints.
We need to make sure that we're building our way out of the housing crisis, increasing supply and making sure the incentives there are to build new homes.
We've got a government that's willing to put $1 billion into a footy stadium at Macquarie Point while people are sleeping homeless on the domain literally 30 metres away.
Our budget is very clear. Our commitments are very clear.
In coming months, money from the federal government's Housing Australia Future Fund will flow for projects here. Homes Tasmania is expecting around 250 homes to be funded.
Australia doesn't have enough homes. We haven't had enough homes for a long time.
Something being felt by many across the state. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
The government has accepted all recommendations made in a review of a former police officer who groomed and sexually abused Tasmanian boys over 3 decades. A redress scheme for victim survivors and stronger powers for the Integrity Commission are among the 5 actions put forward by independent reviewer Regina Weiss.
It's very important that we learn from past failures, but indeed ensure that we not only shine a light but also protect vulnerable people.
Labor and the Greens are welcoming the news. The Premier and Police Minister have thanked those impacted by Paul Reynolds for taking part in the review. Tasmanian firefighters are reporting an increase in the number of call-outs to house fires. It's prompted a reminder from our emergency services that just a few simple steps could be the difference between life and death.
As Tasmania's bitterly cold winter takes hold, residents are being warned now is the time to think about ways to safeguard against house fires.
We've seen a 10% increase in house fires across the state.
On average, Tasmania's fire service responds to 350 fire incidents in the home across the state every year, some ending in tragedy.
Unfortunately, this year we've had 4 fatalities as a result of accidental house fires.
To avoid that number rising, the fire service is calling on the public to do their bit.
We can always rebuild a home, so it is really important that we advocate for people to have working smoke alarms, test their batteries.
I don't plug the electronic components in without using a recognised power board.
We know when we're busy and we know something is happening. We know there's alarm to notify us.
No, I don't have fire alarms at all, actually, yeah. I don't even have an extinguisher, but I think we should, yeah, that makes sense.
With the public urged to act quickly before it's too late.
Have a fire in the house. Research has shown that a house can be fully involved within 2 minutes with smoke.
Parents are also being encouraged to have conversations with their children about what to do if a fire does break out in the home.
Practice your fire evacuation plan with them. Make it a game so they understand how to escape.
A simple lesson that could save a life. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
The proposed Macquarie Point Stadium won't get off the ground without a workforce boost, according to Master Builders, which says 14,000 more tradies are needed to deliver work in the pipeline over the next decade. The construction industry's peak body is hoping the stadium could spark interest in learning a trade.
Given the shortage of large commercial projects in the state, a project of this scale just provides great opportunities to encourage students coming through school that may be thinking about a trade.
There's not many people going into apprenticeships lately because there's not many going, but I feel like if there is a big job like this, there is more opportunity for someone else to step in.
Master Builders estimates 1,000 apprentices could work on the $715 million project. A Tasmanian winemaker has made history, becoming the first Australian to be crowned Sparkling Winemaker of the Year at one of the world's most respected wine competitions. Ed Carr from the House of Arras was awarded the title at the International Wine Challenge in London. It's only the second time in the event's 40-year history a winemaker from outside the French Champagne region has received the honour. As homes in the northwest have their new FOGO bins collected for the first time, tonight we can show you where it all goes. Dalverton's new organics facility is getting serious about compost creation, a game changer when it comes to garbage.
It's a cavernous concrete space promising to revolutionise how we deal with rubbish. Dalverton's new organic centre is almost ready to receive.
It has been a lot of work to get to today, and it's been, a few sleepless nights. Very excited that we've made it.
9 massive tunnels like this one will soon be churning out compost. In a state first, it's all undercover and out of the elements.
So others are making compost but out in the open, and with the Tasmanian winters and the wet springs that we can have, that's really challenging to do.
Processed inside, it takes less than half the time to turn green waste into what farmers and gardeners call black gold. A good thing, given demand is surging.
It is a game changer for farmers. Dalverton hasn't had enough organic material to sell.
With the increased capacity, tens of thousands of homes across the northwest will soon be sending their food and garden waste to this facility. But that's not all.
It's the fact that it can take liquid waste, pallet waste, timber, anything basically at the moment can go into that.
Keeping thousands of tonnes of garbage out of landfill.
It's really important that we get involved in environmental opportunities like this, and this is a great win for the environment.
Not a rubbish idea at all. Annie Green, 7 Tasmanian News.
Local businesses with new or better ideas are being given a hand to support their ventures. Applications are now open for a share in $50 million of low-interest loans for Tasmania's tourism operators. A previous round has helped Northwest accommodation provider The Cove add key infrastructure to its site.
I think the Bank of Bruce might have been shut well and truly before we even came up with the idea. No, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
The state government will lend between $100,000 and $3 million to those eligible.
And so this program is a great program to help give those operators a little bit of a leg up to help make some of those dreams a reality.
But the catch is businesses need to be outside our major population centres. QV Mag is going back to the future as the gallery celebrates 30 years of showcasing emerging artists through its Outrage exhibit. It's calling on past participants to resubmit their works from decades gone by and share experiences for the Milestone exhibition later this year.
To let us know their experiences, whether they were a student, whether they were a teacher, even a visitor from 30 years ago.
Pieces will be on display at Launceston's Queen Victoria Art Gallery in December. After safely guiding young Tasmanians through rough waters for decades, the future of a vessel dedicated to teaching crucial life skills is now locked in. A brand new sail and extra funding will see Windward Bound's adventures on the high seas continue for years to come.
The tall ship Windward Bound has been putting the wind in the sails of young Tasmanians for decades, giving keen mariners like Sam and Olivia the chance for adventure on the high seas.
It was just amazing. I honestly can't describe how amazing it was.
It was awesome. It was the best experience.
But the youth development program is no cruise holiday.
Having them on a ship for 9 days, and they do it tough. They work hard.
Crews learning the ropes and pushed out of their comfort zone, encouraged to adapt and deal with any situations thrown their way.
You go on knowing absolutely nothing about sailing, and then you learn how to, tie a gasket coil and all these knots and climb a mast.
It's also your chance to foster other life skills.
I went on knowing no one, and then I came off with the best friends, and they're just amazing.
Best part was the people working alongside each other, half asleep, out at sea, in the middle of nowhere.
An experience more future sailors will be able to enjoy thanks to extra funding from Rotary. Since its maiden voyage almost 3 decades ago, the ship has had around 6,000 young people on board, testing their skills and abilities in some of the choppiest waters.
And that's a pretty significant number of young lives that got that opportunity to turn around or to increase their potential.
And with her new upper top sail, she'll have wind in her sails for years to come. Rebecca Gaidaneros, 7 Tasmanian News.
A northwest beach has had an unusual visitor with a young leopard seal sunning itself on the sand. It's common behaviour for the species at this time of year as juvenile males migrate away from Antarctica. It's now being monitored by Parks and Wildlife staff, and the public is being advised to stay away for both their safety and the seals. Scenes from Tasmania's rugged landscape will soon adorn the streets of Hobart on new civic banners being hung for NAIDOC Week. While this artwork is already around the city, the new banners aim to ignite conversations about the state's history and First Nations people.
It's a shared history that we all need to be able to work together, so I hope that more people ask questions and want to be involved within the Aboriginal community.
3 other artworks remain in production, aiming to be rolled out in the coming months.
The Hobart Chargers men's team have a mammoth task this weekend as they race towards the NBL 1 South finals. Sitting 6th on the ladder, they need 2 crucial wins on the road to secure their finals berth.
Bottom line is we win 2 now, we end up finishing 3rd, so and with a couple of home finals.
While the Launceston Tornadoes want to keep their momentum going and end their season on a high, following their 3-point win against the Bendigo Braves over the weekend.
I'm hoping we get some more wins in. I think this team has just showed perseverance throughout the results that we've gotten.
The Tawns are eliminated from finals contention. Inseparable until the final quarter, the Tasmanian boys have fallen to Victoria in their Under-18 Hockey National Championship semi-final. Unable to capitalise on an opportunity to equalise with a penalty corner in the dying seconds, the game ending in a 1-0 loss. They'll face West Australia Gold in a consolation match tomorrow. And that's all in sport. Kim?
Okay, thank you very much, Josh. Well, Peter Murphy will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
Good evening. Hobart 15 degrees today, Launceston and Devonport 14, Burnie out top today with a summery 18 degrees. Friendly Beaches had 16, Flinders Island and St Helens 15 today, Strawn 14, Lowhead and Bushy Park 13, King Island a top of 12. Most of the cloud over the east and south, and as Lynn Dusty said, something about the rain tumbling down in July, it certainly did overnight. Friendly Beaches 59 millimetres to 9 a.m, and since then Verwood in the Midlands, the top fall with 14 millimetres. More thick cloud is over southeast Victoria and southern Queensland. A moist air mass brought cloud to central New South Wales. Mid to high cloud moving over and south of WA. Tomorrow a cold front approaches us, bringing a stronger northwesterly airstream. A high is over New South Wales, another building over Western Australia. Now those winds will pick up to 15 to 25 knots, but as strong as 35 knots over western waters. So we have a gale warning there for waters between Low Rocky Point and Stanley, a strong wind warning between Stanley and Flinders Island, and also from Tasman Island to Low Rocky Point. A minor flood warning for the St Paul's River around Lewis Hill. Hobart tomorrow a top of 14, a possible late shower, Cygnet a late shower to 13 the top, New Norfolk 13 as well after a coolish start. Launceston 13 with showers increasing, plenty of rain for Devonport, 14 the top and 12 for Campbelltown. Wet for Burnie as well tomorrow, a high of 13 degrees, rain increasing for Strawn and Smithton, both 14 expected. And for the east coast, 15 for St Helens, Swansea partly cloudy 14, possible shower for Fingal 12 the maximum. On Friday, showers over the west and north, a few isolated showers elsewhere with the winds shifting cooler southwesterly. Showers over the west and far south on Saturday, some snow to 700 metres, and on Sunday a few coastal showers over the east, south and west, fine and sunny elsewhere after a morning frost. 17 along with a few showers in Perth, rain for Adelaide, showers developing over Melbourne, a sunny 18 in Sydney and okay in Brisbane, 24 the top there. It's 12 in Hobart, 11 right now in Launceston and 10 currently in Devonport. Things are shaping up well too for the Midwinter Fest at the Huon Valley, Kim. Looking forward to the entertainment, the bonfires and the burning of the Big Willie.
Thank you, Murph. That is all your news for now. Enjoy the rest of your night on 7 Tasmania. For now, good night.